Welcome to War 2 of Season 28, and, yeah, so I'm gonna die on this war. I'll probably put that in the thumbnail. Uh, I don't typically make my thumbnails until after I, finish, recording a war, so, uh, yeah, so this war does not go ideally. Pretty standard team. I have Rolk, I have Thing, trying to remember my third one. And Torch. Okay, so oh yeah, okay. So I'm starting to remember this war a little bit. I always try to record these a little bit after I forget them so that I can give an honest reaction, like what did I do right, what did I do wrong. Going into this first fight with Rolk against Silver Surfer, it's a fairly simple fight. It's there's no really need to bait anything. Try to dodge his specials. If you block them, then it's fine. There, I ate it. I should have just blocked it, but that's Silver Surfer for you. So yeah, it's gonna cost me some potions, but it is what it is. But still, Surfer's pretty easy. That's the reason they kind of put him there is because of the Schadenfreude, though. It's kind of like why you would put anyone there is because the Schadenfreude, it can increase damage, but it's not a big deal. He's not going to kill anyone there. You're better off putting some other champions like Arcus there that complicate the path. So this next fight is Black Widow Deadly Origins, and she is a good champion here, I'll be honest. Because if she does get spam happy with the SB1, then she's always in that evade phase, and so it can greatly complicate things. So I understand why Black Widow Deadly Origins is placed here. If you're good at reparries, though, then it's not such a pain in the butt, because if you can reparry very well, then typically you're able to manipulate the fight in such a way that you can push her to SB2, and her SB2's, even if you're not great at evading it, you can just block it. But if you can evade it, then like I just showed there, which is pretty easy to outrange, then it's not really a big deal. So here I was just trying to finish it off, and there we go. I was trying to finish it off without getting to her throwing a special and delaying it even further, because any time that she's in that evade phase, then it can complicate things. But that's the theory on that one. Going into this next fight, I'm going to go throw on the Flame On, and then I'm going to go into my masteries, and I'm just going to do a simple switch, pretty much exact same mastery setup, and I'm just going to drop decks. This was the only fight where I really felt that I needed to drop suicides for in this war, and I'll be proven wrong on that later on, but foreshadowing there, buddies. Foreshadowing. But so this fight with Mojo, Torch with suicides, his incinerates. I believe it's also the Nova Flame as well. Then it reduces their duration. Actually, looking at it, I'm pretty sure that Nova Flame isn't, so it must just be the normal incinerate effects. But so I'm here trying to bait the special one, and then he just hits me. It's that the current bug with dexing and all that stuff, but whatever. But you can see here he's dying extremely fast. It's a Mystic versus Torch. As long as you don't massively mess up, then you're going to be pretty good off. Here I was kind of scanning the rest of the map and deciding what I want to do. Boost wise, though, you saw I was pretty light on section 1 because two Rolk fights that were pretty simple, and then the Mojo, which is more about Torch's debuffs. This one I went a little bit heavier on, and then I was thinking about, do I want to use a 3-minute boost, because we've got all those in overflow right now from the compensation packages from all the problems with the game currently. So anyway, going into this fight, they added bubble shield onto this fight, and it really does complicate things a little bit more than I really thought about until I got into the fight and I saw that bubble shield building up, and I was like, yeah, this isn't good. There, I just missed a parry, but I'm like, all right, it's fine. I'm gonna be okay. And then I saw the Bird of Might was taking down my power, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be a little bit of a problem. So I bait the SB1, and then I was like, all right, here I'm just gonna go ahead and hit into him, get rid of the falter, and then I'll block. But then I forgot he would be unblockable at that point. So here I should have gotten a parry off before I did anything else, for the pure simple reason of it would have given me back the possibility to go unstoppable. So there I took another 20 some odd % damage, which was really just a huge mistake on my part. And then here I'm looking at it, and it's like, all right, we're looking all right. I've got 6 on the bubble shield, and here I've got to get the falter thing off. So there I finally get it off, and I'm looking good. But there I somehow messed up, and then I mess up again. I'm like, I parried, and then I was trying to I parried while I was trying to dex. And that's kind of where the problem was, is with the game in the state where it's currently at, things are just off a little bit, and I still haven't fully adjusted to that. I could play better. In the end, I could just play better and avoid all that. If I wouldn't have taken that 50% damage at the start of the fight, then I would have played better. If I would have had the rock shield whenever I took the next little, like, 30% of damage, then I could have played better. So it's somewhat on the game, and it's somewhat on me. I mean, here in the top tier of Alliance War, you just have to understand the way the game currently is on both, mechanics on how you're playing, and then on AI interactions. So yeah, I screwed up. Like, I'm not gonna blame it all on the game. Like, there's ways around that fight that I could have done better. Like, making sure I was always at 15 rock stack, so if I did get hit, then I'd be fine. Using protection better, and just various things like that. And yeah, so I screwed up. So it is what it is. I died. I'm not really happy about that, because it's we're getting back into the serious season after the easy 27 season, and I just like being a weight on the Alliance, and whenever you're off, then it's not a good thing. It's not a good look, but I'll get better. I'll learn from this, and I will do better. So here, going into this fight, I'm not really talking about it because it's a Colossus on this chitinous thorns, or I think it's called that. It's not a big deal. He's not really difficult there at all. He doesn't gain armor ups constantly like Black Panther or Civil War. This fight I did speed up because it's just an extremely long fight. If you've seen like any of my previous war videos from previous seasons, like because the armor up removes the critical hits, then like any critical hits immediately going to be removed. But Thing doesn't have a high enough critical chance to constantly remove most of them. So what he's basically doing is removing a few of them, and so basically you're left with somewhat of a safeguarded opponent, which is just extremely annoying. And you can't really ever parry. Here I could have, and I should have. I should have backed off, triggered protection, or no, I couldn't have because it's on cooldown. And this is where I started to get worrying. I was looking at his health, my health, and I'm like, I really need you to throw that special, because otherwise the poison, because I am boosted, the poison was doing more damage than I was healing through willpower. So it's like, that's just not really a good position. And but it is what it is. But I got through the fight. So one death so far could have been avoided, but it's not exactly an easy fight. So just not gonna worry about it. Just gonna focus on the rest of the war. And those last two fights I wasn't too worried about. I just knew they'd be a bit of a slog to get through. But this fight, it's MODOK. First war was a little bit rough fighting him, and this war, no change. Or actually, I can't remember whether I fought him in the first war or not. But this war, it's very. It's looking good. I'm pretty sure I fought him in the first war. Dang it, I really need to look that up before I freaking start recording these videos. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just some dumb butt that tries to make videos and not sound like a complete fool. Yeah, that's who I am. But yeah, so it's going pretty well. There's a lot of things you can do on this MODOK fight, like well, I guess there's not that many things, but you can try to just hit his block all the time, and after you get to 10 heat charges with the Rolk, then he'll be doing quite a bit of damage through the block. And if you attack him with his force field down, then you'll do quite a bit of damage. But the hit counter was pretty low. But yeah, I ate that SB2, that last hit to the face, and I got lucky that it didn't do too much damage. But so it's a rough war. We're getting back into this swing of things after last season was pretty slow, and now we have no global, but we have all these issues with the game. But we'll see what happens. So I'm up to 14 kills, 1 death. You can see my stats there. I'm 4th in the BG and 6th in 4 Loki, but that's because I've taken a bunch of fights, and that'll fall off soon enough. So hopefully things get better, but we'll see. Y'all have a good one.